Their celebration was cut short by a battle cry from above. A wild Mankey dropped from the canopy, its fur bristling with challenge. Here was Ash's chance to expand his team. The crimson sun melted into the horizon as Ash and Bulbasaur crested the final hill overlooking Viridian City. Below them sprawled an urban landscape that made Pallet Town seem like a mere dot on the map. Towering buildings pierced the darkening sky, while streetlights flickered to life like earthbound stars. "We made it, buddy," Ash whispered, his voice carried away by the evening breeze. Beside him, Bulbasaur let out a weary but satisfied "Bulba." Their moment of triumph was short-lived. A sharp whistle cut through the air, followed by the purposeful click of boots on pavement. A blue-haired officer approached them, her hand resting cautiously on her baton. "Hold it right there," she commanded. Ash's heart thundered in his chest as Officer Jenny interrogated him about recent Pokémon thefts in the area. Only after thoroughly examining his Rotom Dex did her stern expression soften, though she still warned him about a criminal organization called Team Rocket. At the Pokémon Center, while Bulbasaur was being treated, Ash met Misty, a fiery-haired gym leader from Cerulean City, whose confident demeanor spoke of considerable experience. Their conversation was shattered, quite literally, as the skylight above exploded in a shower of glass. Two figures descended on ropes, their dramatic entrance accompanied by an equally theatrical introduction. "Prepare for trouble, and make it double!" The center erupted into chaos as Jesse, James, and their talking Meowth revealed themselves. Young trainers scrambled for cover, clutching their Pokeballs protectively. With Bulbasaur still under Nurse Joy's care, Ash felt helpless as Misty stepped forward to confront the criminals. Her Staryu danced through the air, trading blows with Jesse's Ekans and James's coughing, in a spectacular display of skill and power. Just when the battle seemed to be turning against them, Nurse Joy's voice cut through the mayhem. Bulbasaur was ready. Together with Misty, they mounted a counterattack that pushed Team Rocket back. Yet the criminals proved craftier than expected. In a blinding flash and cloud of smoke, they vanished, taking several stolen Pokeballs with them. As Officer Jenny and her team collected statements from shaken trainers, Ash and Misty found a quiet corner to process the night's events. The reality of their world's dangers had crystallized in that battle. "Welcome to the real world of Pokémon training, Ash," Misty said, her voice carrying the weight of experience. "It's not all gym badges and friendly battles. There are people out there who'd use Pokémon for their own selfish ends." They exchanged contact information, a friendship forged in the crucible of battle. Outside the center, beneath a sky now studded with stars, Ash knelt beside Bulbasaur. "Hey," he said softly, "would you prefer to walk alongside me or stay in your Pokeball? I want you to be comfortable." Bulbasaur's answer came in the form of a gentle headbutt against Ash's hand, taking up position beside its trainer. As they set off toward Viridian Forest, the last traces of sunset painted the sky in deep purples and blues. The excitement that had carried Ash from Pallet Town still burned bright, but it was tempered now by a newfound awareness. With each step, his resolve strengthened. He would train harder, think faster, and grow stronger. Not just for himself, but for all those who might need his help along the way. Emerald light filtered through the dense canopy of Viridian Forest, creating a shifting mosaic on the forest floor. The air thrummed with life, the gentle buzz of bee drill in the distance, the rustle of unseen ratata in the underbrush, and the occasional cry of a Pidgey echoing through the trees. Ash walked alongside Bulbasaur, their footsteps cushioned by years of fallen leaves. A sharp crack shattered the forest's rhythm. Ash froze mid-step, his hand instinctively moving to his Pokeballs while Bulbasaur's vines unfurled like coiled springs. The forest held its breath, then exploded into motion as a figure burst from the foliage, sunlight glinting off polished metal armor. "Halt, trainer!" thundered a voice from behind an ancient samurai helmet. "I challenge you to battle." As Ash's racing heart steadied, he found himself facing an unexpected opponent, a boy roughly his age, clad in full samurai armor, who introduced himself simply as Samurai. The warrior's eyes blazed with purpose as he declared his mission to test all trainers hailing from Pallet Town. The battle that ensued was unlike anything Ash had experienced. Samurai's Pinsir emerged with clicking mandibles, its horns gleaming dangerously in the dappled sunlight. Despite the type disadvantage, the bond between Ash and Bulbasaur proved stronger than mere battle mechanics. They turned the forest itself into their advantage, Bulbasaur using its vines to swing from branch to branch, launching surprise attacks from multiple angles. A perfectly timed combination of Vine Whip as a slingshot and Magical Leaf secured their victory, earning a bow of respect from their armored opponent. Their celebration was cut short by a battle cry from above. A wild Mankey dropped from the canopy, its fur bristling with challenge. Here was Ash's chance to expand his team. The ensuing battle tested everything Ash had learned so far. Mankey's incredible agility made it seem like it was everywhere at once, its fighting-type moves powerful enough to crack tree trunks. But patience and strategy prevailed. A carefully planned Leech Seed trapped the wild Pokémon just long enough for Ash's thrown Pokéball to find its mark. As the ball's final shake confirmed the capture, Ash felt a profound sense of growth. From the uncertain trainer who'd left Pallet Town to someone who could now hold his own against skilled opponents. Each battle, each moment with his Pokémon, had shaped him into something more. Pewter City rose before them like a sculpture carved from the earth itself, a city of stone and strength. The late afternoon sun cast long shadows across the famous gray buildings, while a cool mountain breeze carried the scent of mineral-rich soil and ancient rock. Ash absently touched Bulbasaur's Pokéball, drawing comfort from his partner's presence as they approached their first true test. The Pokémon Center stood as a beacon of warmth amid the city's stoic architecture. Inside, Nurse Joy's gentle efficiency provided a welcome respite from their journey. While his Pokémon recovered, Ash made a video call to Professor Oak, his words tumbling out as he shared tales of his adventures. "Fascinating progress, my boy," Oak beamed, before his expression turned serious. "But tell me, how do you plan to approach the gym battle ahead?" Ash's excitement faltered. "Well, Bulbasaur has a type advantage against rock types, and Mankey's fighting moves should be effective too, but you've learned that battles aren't won on paper, haven't you?" "Exactly," Ash nodded, his resolve strengthening. "Brock's Pokémon will be expertly trained. We'll need more than just type advantages. We'll need strategy and trust." The pewter gym loomed before him like a mountain-made manifest, its weathered stone facade telling tales of countless battles. Inside, the air hung thick with mineral dust, and the rocky battlefield stretched out like a miniature canyon. At the far end stood Brock, the gym leader, his crossed arms and steady gaze radiating quiet confidence. "Welcome, challenger," Brock's voice echoed off the stone walls. "Show me what you and your Pokémon can do." The battle opened with Brock's Geodude facing Ash's Mankey. The fighting type fought with incredible heart, its low kicks and fury swipes chipping away at Geodude's defenses. But experience proved decisive. A perfectly timed seismic toss ended Mankey's valiant effort. With Mankey recalled, everything rested on Bulbasaur. The grass type emerged with quiet determination, immediately putting pressure on the weakened Geodude with a combination of Leech Seed and precise Vine Whip attacks. Their strategy and perseverance prevailed, but victory came at a cost. Bulbasaur was already showing signs of fatigue when Brock revealed his ace. Onix erupted from its Pokéball like a living mountain, its roar sending tremors through the battlefield. The rock serpent towered over Bulbasaur, casting a shadow that seemed to swallow the smaller Pokémon whole. The battle pushed both trainer and Pokémon to their absolute limits, with Bulbasaur barely slipping free from a crushing bind attack. As Onix reared back for a finishing Iron Tail, something extraordinary happened. Bulbasaur began to glow with an inner light, its form shifting and growing. The Iron Tail struck empty air as a newly evolved Ivysaur stood proud, catching the massive tail with reinforced vines. "Ivysaur, Solar Beam!" Ash called out, seizing their moment of transformation. Light gathered in Ivysaur's flower, condensing into a searing beam that struck true. Onix crashed to the ground with an earth-shaking rumble, and the boulder badge was theirs. As twilight painted the sky in deep purples, Brock called Ash back to the gym. They sat on a worn stone bench, the gym leader's stern facade softening in the day's dying light. "Your battle today. It reminded me of why I became a gym leader," Brock confided. "But lately, I've been questioning my path. I've always dreamed of becoming a Pokémon breeder, understanding them on a deeper level. But my duties here..." "Maybe following that dream would make you an even better gym leader," Ash suggested. "Understanding Pokémon in different ways could only help, right?" Brock smiled, surprised by the young trainer's insight. "You might be onto something there, Ash. Keep that spirit of yours alive. It'll take you far." Later that night, standing outside the Pokémon Center, Ash gazed up at the stars with Ivysaur at his side. The boulder badge in his case represented more than just victory. It was a testament to growth, adaptation, and the unbreakable bonds between trainer and Pokémon. With renewed purpose, they prepared for the next leg of their journey, knowing that each challenge would only make them stronger.